With workplaces around the world becoming more complex, multiple generations work together in the same place. So, as the youngest person in the room, it is important to be able to influence both upwards and downwards, and to make sure that you create an impact in your workspace.
When you are the youngest person in the room, how can you make your voice heard? Well, I'll start with an example. As a young barrister, I walked into a courtroom where a judge was sitting who had a reputation for being really horrible to young barristers. And I let that consume me, and quite frankly, I let it beat me. I lost the argument and I left the courtroom with my tail between my legs. After I did that, I resolved never to do that again. And I can't remember doing it again, and so I'll give you some tips as to how to deal with that situation. The first I'd say is to listen to what's going on in that room. So if you're the youngest person in the room and there are elderly people who are older, more experienced than you, just listen to what's going on. The second thing I would say is feel the temperature of the room, and by that I mean understand what's going on, understand the people that you are dealing with, and what makes them tick, what they're going to like, what they're not going to like, so that you can address it as you present whatever it is you have to say. Which brings me to my third point. Your presentation is as important as your content. It's really important because if people are used to receiving information in a certain way, it's probably going to be the case that they're only going to hear and act on that information if it's presented in the way that it is best conducive to them. Finally, I would say, don't allow them to take your power in your own mind. Nobody's going to physically come to you and take your power, but the fear of presenting to them or being in that room or being heard may actually reduce your own power in your own mind. Don't allow that to happen, because if you do, you may lose before you've even begun.
So that was some great advice. As a former lawyer myself, I do resonate with that. What do you think? If you've been the youngest person in a room or in an office or in a workplace, share your experiences with us. Equally, if you're starting out and you're nervous about something, ask us questions, and we'd love to all learn from each other.